Jai Madanji, thank you so much for joining us early in the morning here on the Breakfast Club. You've joined us before, you've given us tips at different other occasions in the year. We're so happy to have you here on New Year's Eve of sorts. We are still more than 24 hours away. But first tell us, Jaiji, how can the colours we wear in the new year attract luck and positive energy?
Good morning, first of all, to all of you, and very, very happy and prosperous new year we are approaching. Now, answering your question, how colors affect us. You know, we all at certain point of time visit hospital. God forbid it's a bad thing to start, but just to quote an example. But when we go to an hospital, we regularly see the colors which are light blue, light green and tones of white. Because the science says that these are the colors that help you heal. That is why when you go on a vacation, you pay extra to see a garden view or a hill view or a mountain view room and a sea view room. It's not that you're going to jump out of the window for the view, but when you look at the color, when you look at the scenic thing, you just feel better. 80% of our energy is consumed through our eyes. You look at something, you want to eat, you want to visit, you want to wear. So it's all here, 80%. Now, when colors that you are living with 1/3 of your life, especially your bedroom, how can you think that it will not affect your mind and your subconscious reality? So colors always affect us. It shows our mood. It reflects our kind of personality we are. What exactly are we attracting in our life? And New Year is always the time when we want renewal, when we want things to happen in a faster way, when we are looking afresh towards things, when we are transiting from a journey from hope to faith. So I think this is a great way to refresh yourself, your energy. Now 2025 being year of Mars, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 comes to total of 9. 9 in the whole cycle from 1 to 9 is a number of completion. It's a number that brings everything to fruitification. It's a number that completes the journey. Hence, when you are, it's just like when you're winning a race or when you're running a race, what you do towards the end of the race, you just speeden up, you forget everything, you increase your speed and you just want to win. That's exactly what number 9 is all about. It's about forget everything, I have to complete it, I have to go there, I have to finish my task. So the energy is very high, passion is very high. Now in energy and aggression, sometimes you are bound to create some mistakes. And when we talk about color of energy, color of passion, it's red. It's a color that talks about multiplication. It's a color that your eyes attract the most or pick up the earliest. So this is the color for Mars. But if you're already a passionate person, if energy level in you is too high, then don't use red. Use softer tones of mixing of red, like use pinks, so that the energy is intact, but there's a lot of softness, mildness also in you by wearing pinks. So that's the color that can really improve the energy and enhance the energy within your system and create more drive and more passion within you.
Can we also ask you though, if you are someone whose number is a 9, and so what I mean is if you're either born on the 27th, the 9th, the 18th, and your number comes to mean a 9, then does this being the year for 9, that 2025 adds up to 9, does that mean that this is a more special year for you? How do you see it?
So answering your question, I am also a number 9, but knowing myself and understanding that I have a pretty good amount of Martian energy, sometimes we say that big eyes are beautiful, but then if your eyes are too big, will it look beautiful or will it look scary? So proportion and balance is where the beauty and God exist. So for me, I believe that you have to understand your own nature. If you're a number 3, then you have too much of expressive energy. If you're a number 6, then you have too much of passion energy. If you are number 9, then you have drive. So your number denotes what kind of energy you have. If you already energetic, being number 9, 18 or 27, then you need to control the way you speak to your people. You need to understand that balance is something that you need to maintain. You don't have to be too ambitious and forget about your relationships. Make sure you're balanced and you know the difference between passion and aggression. Don't jump to the extreme side.
How interesting. Okay, can you now tell us a vision board? What does that actually mean? Is that something that you suggest we should all create for ourselves? And how can it help us manifest?
So let's understand that, as I said, that 80% of our energy is consumed through our eyes amongst the 5 sense organs. When you take a 10 minutes nap, you don't put earpuffs in your ear and you sleep and you relax. You eventually close your eyes, and that is where you get regenerated, refreshed, because that's where you want to regain your energy. So vision is something, or eyes is something that can create the whole different persona in your life. When you create a vision board in the right direction, which I'm going to tell you how, you remind your brain, you create a neuron pattern while you're making it, that this is something I want to achieve, this is something I want to manifest. And when you have it at the right point where you see it every day, especially when you open your eyes and while you're little before you're sleeping, is the time when your analytical brain is very calm. Your subconscious is going towards the active side. So there is no fight in your brain. If you create a vision board in your bedroom or somewhere where you can just look at it before sleeping and get up and sleep, wake up and see it again, is where the manifestation can happen faster. The color of manifestation is red and the color of growth is green. So you should be writing with either of the colors. Usually people create a whiteboard and write with blue color. Blue is the color of calmness, and we don't want reality to be calm or our goals to be calm. We want them to be passionate about. So write with red or green color. And you can also stick pictures, because our brain conceives pictures better than the written goals. For example, if you want to buy a beautiful house, then what kind of house? How many bedrooms? How will it look like? Take a similar picture and put it on your vision board. Next thing that you need to do is spend 30 minutes looking at it and joyfully smiling, because when you smile, your brain releases certain hormones which makes you believe that this is happening, and that's exactly what we want. So it's very helpful. If you don't have a right place to put it and you don't know where to put it, placing it in northeast of your home, exactly where your temple is also a great idea, and let God also always be aligned to your goal.
Can you also tell us what plants we can keep in our home to boost career and financial opportunities?
Plants is, we consider air element to be associated with plants. When I say air element, the way we use and utilize air element in our system is through communication. That's how you exhaust air from your system. So plants talk about communication. It is where it represents growth, because you're against the gravity, growing, flourishing, and eventually giving. They are the oxygen providers for us. So when you place plants in your work area, it improves your communication. It gives you better connection with people. It also makes you a better communicator. When you place them in your home, it helps you to grow and nurture relationships socially out with people. The correct direction to place plants are from northeast to south. Water-based plants like water-based bamboo should be placed in northeast. They create more opportunity in your life. Indoor plants and outdoor plants both work very well from northeast to south. Plants which are, which has rounded leaves work better for home, because we want softness in the home. Plants like snake plant, which has sharp edges, work well for your office, because you need to be sharper, you need to be more analytical at your work area. And these are the small plants that you can keep in a small pot and also place it on your desk. You can just see and check the direction, where is east or northeast in your office, on your office desk, and place a small pot with snake plant, so that it improves your communication and makes you more analytical and your growth oriented. At home, you need to place plants in southeast to have a better cash liquidity. You can place plants in east, the bigger ones, the more like areca palms work very well for home. It expands your energy, it expands your liquidity. Placing plants in south improves your fame. You can have a brown pot or a red pot and place plants in the south direction to have better fame, popularity if you're an influencer, or fame works well for you.
Can we come to you now? This is so lovely, and I really feel like we're giving audiences advice in a few different areas right now. Can we come to you next on the kind of artwork one can display in a workplace? So how can one make their workplace, we've just talked about plants, but how else can one make their workplace conducive to boost confidence, to bring success, to bring in the good energy?
So when we visit someone's home, like a generic home of your friend you try and visit, and suddenly there's a big artwork, like at my bag also, you'll notice an artwork.
Yeah.
So when you notice an artwork, your attention immediately goes there. You get absorbed. You can't watch somebody's sofa if it's an ordinary sofa, but to an art, you look up to it. You consume time. Your energy is exchanged with it. So art works very well for programming your subconscious mind. And I only believe in meaningful art, else it's useless. So when you spend time in buying the right art piece for your home, make sure the colors is very much synced with the elemental proportion of your home. Like in north direction, put artwork that has blues, blacks and white in it. Towards east direction, have tones of greens, like it's the direction for rising sun. Have beautiful goldenish artwork there. When you come towards south, from east, southeast, southeast to south, it's the color of fire direction. You can have artwork with pinks, reds, oranges there. Now when we go towards southwest, it's the earth element. Have yellows, beigeish and more earthy color tones. And when we go towards west, it's the direction of space. It's also the metal direction. Here you can have metallic sculptures, golden, silver, grey. Colors that represent metal should be the color of your artwork, so that you're not creating a disbalance in your home. The next thing that you need to be careful for, that when we say it's a modern art or it's very abstract, when you look at abstract also, it does make some sense to you that what kind of figure, symbolism you're seeing out of it. And if you're seeing nothing out of it, it's time to replace it. Have things that create motivation in your life, create inspiration in your life. Having beautiful motivational quotes work very well in your home, especially in your bathroom. In your bedroom, you should have artwork that makes you sleep better, makes you more cheerful. Because even if you don't want, you spend 1/3 of your life in your bedroom, and that's a lot of time. So make sure you put some nice wallpapers like floral or artwork such as flowers is very good for you. In your living room, you can have opulence, like you can have horses, you can have elephants, you can have things that represent opulence, prosperity. In your kitchen area, you can have artwork if you have space with fruits, vegetables, healthy meals, so that you remind yourself to be on a healthy regime. Similarly, in your dining area, the best artworks that work is artwork related to mirror, because anything that you put on your dining table and it reflects in the mirror, it shows prosperity and abundance in your home. But make sure this plant, this fruit, or there is some sort of flower on your dining area to reflect opulence. So similarly, you can use artwork that is relative to God in your living area, in your temple, in your dining area. If you are a vegetarian, only then in dining area.
Okay.
So there is a lot of ways that you can use artwork and growth together.
Jay, thank you so much for joining us here on the show today. You've actually covered, as I was saying earlier, so many different aspects. So I really hope the audience that is watching was taking down notes, because we've covered different parts of how you can make your room, your daily life, a positive one. You can also watch this show online after it's aired. So you can take down in points everything that it is that Jay Madaan has just told us.